Hey, what's up, everybody? So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to resist when living under a fascist or authoritarian regime in the United States. What you can do and what that looks like. So if you're on Substack or you're on social media, you've got a lot of great commentators, people that are talking about all the horrible shit that's coming out of the Trump administration. And it's a lot. And it's meant to be a lot because it's meant to overwhelm you and it's meant to make you fearful. So if you're feeling that way, it's absolutely normal. This is by design. So don't beat yourself up for it. The issue then becomes is when people say, okay, we need to resist, you feel like you have to meet this moment with the same level of resistance that's happening with all the crap that's coming out. You're not going to be able to, and that's okay. But what does resist actually mean? I mean, you might have seen me write it or other folks write it, but what does it mean? The image it might conjure up is heading out into the street with maybe improvised weapons, government officials, law enforcement, maybe the military lining up with tear gas and, masks on their face to hide their identity, that kind of dystopian, terrible stuff, which there may be some of that happens with the Trump administration heading into the cities in blue states. No doubt. But that's only one form of resistance, right? There are things that you can do every day that you can resist, right? And they're small things that maybe don't seem like it, but they're very important. The first is keeping your sanity, right? Not letting all this basically shitstorm of bad, horrible stuff, this shock and awe, really rattle your cage, at least for very long. Because by letting it do that, you're giving into what the fascists want. And a lot of it's just spectacle, right? Getting from spectacle to impact is a whole other ballgame. The other thing too is don't isolate yourself, right? Get in communities that are wanting to do something. And that could be something as simple as I saw one commentator was like forming an anti-fascist book club or even a book club in general, right? That's absolutely something you should do. Don't make it easy. Bottom line, for any government officials, anything, don't make it easy on them, right? If somebody asks you about undocumented workers at your work or in your neighborhood or anything, you tell them, you don't know. You don't have to call them like names. You can get colorful with it if you want, but like as that bus driver on that meme's going around right now where he had some colorful language for an ICE agent. You don't have to do that. You can just simply say, I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know what my neighbor gets up to. I kind of mind my own business. Sorry, I can't be more helpful. No, I don't want to sign anything. I'm good. It's like, yeah, I'll take your card. Sure. If I see anything, I'll call you. Trash. Yeah, that's it. Make their job harder. Don't help them. Those MAGA folks in your neighborhood that all of a sudden decided to start flying their fascistic, Trump flags, let them fly free. Cool. Don't help them. Don't give them any of your emotional labor when they come over and they start whining and complaining or, oh, I can't believe eggs. Oh, I can't believe this. It's like, yeah, man, that's terrible. Yeah. Nah, man, I'm sorry. I can't let you borrow my lawnmower. Yeah, it's like, it's my bad. Cut them out of the community because honestly, if there's a tip line and where they want people to report on their neighbors, which is a tenet of fascism, they'll be the ones that use it. So keep your distance, especially if you have marginalized family members, LGBTQIA, all that. Don't give them nothing, right? Volunteer at organizations that are doing good work. That helps foster your community. Food banks, animal shelters. It may not seem like politics, but it's values, and values are politics. Get involved in your community. Make those human connections with good people that align with your values. Even if it's just going to catch up on coffee and saying, hey man, like, what can we do? Do we have some extra coats and stuff that we're not using we can donate to a homeless shelter? Because that's going to be necessary. I know it doesn't sound like politics, but when they start cutting funding for those programs the government used to provide, people are going to need help. You got old, you got old food, donate it to pantries. Look at what you can do to be active. You don't need to sit behind a computer screen all day and be fearful. There are small things you can do. If you show up to a county party meeting with 5 or 6 members and you start getting more and more, you can affect who leads that county party. You can vote in a new chair. You can vote, and then you can start saying, hey man, why don't we as Democrats go out and, pick up trash alongside the road? Why don't we do a fundraiser for homeless folks? Why don't we, help out veterans? There's a lot of things that you can do that are acts of resistance, because part of fascism is they want to cut you off from your community. They want you to be afraid. They want you to think that what they're trying to do is overwhelming and you can't stop it. And it's a smokescreen. It's bullshit. When Hitler came to power, less than a third of Germans voted for him. So, and we're not Germany. We're basically about as big as Europe. So it's different here. And we have come from a culture and a historical tradition that is based on resisting tyranny. You are more powerful than you think you are. Stand on your principles. Get out in your community. Make face-to-face connections again, even if it's just with friends in your area, even if it's talking with your neighbors. Make it difficult on any government officials that come and ask you anything. That's how you resist. Keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself happy. Look after your people. That's how you resist. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Keep the faith, defend democracy, and I'll see you later.